Why are there other religions? So, a good question. I want to approach this in sort of two ways. The first one is to answer the question, and then the second is to talk about what Christianity offers to us. So first, kind of the question itself, why are there so many religions? Well, I would argue that inside of each of us, there is an innate desire for God. We long to be with God. As St. Augustine famously said, our hearts, we are made for thee, O God, and our hearts are restless until they rest in thee. We were made for thee, O God, and our hearts are restless until they rest in thee. And so I think this is kind of the beginning point of why there are so many religions. Every person is innately religious. We want union with the divine. Now, as people throughout the world try to seek the divine, they come up with various ways of trying to explain the divine, to come into union with it. And so you could point back to like ancient Greece of, okay, I know that there is divine, I know that there's bigger things than me, and I see a whole bunch of lightning, therefore Zeus. Well, that wasn't necessarily a good reason, but you can see the desire there, the desire for union with that which is beyond. And so we see a whole bunch of different philosophies that have arisen, that have kind of addressed this idea of what is humanity's relationship with the divine. However, I would argue that the thing that makes Christianity unique is that while all other religions are man's search for God, in Christianity, we see God's search for man. That in all of these various religions, there's a whole bunch of like philosophy that goes into it. I'm thinking specifically things like Buddhism, which is primarily philosophy, that's trying to work out together how does humanity reach up into the heavens. But in Christianity, it's not so much about what we're doing, but about what God's doing. We have this idea of revelation, God showing us who He is, that God wants to be in union with us. And so the great image of this might be the Sistine Chapel of the creation of Adam. As Adam is laying there, like kind of sprawled out, we see, on the other hand, God reaching out, extending Himself, trying to come into communion with us. And that's kind of the image of Christianity. That's one of the things that makes Christianity, and also somewhat Islam and Judaism, unique, is that it is God's search for us, God calling us. So that's why I would say there's so many religions. Naturally, innately, we desire a union for God. But in Christianity, we find God wanting union with us.